There are moments in nature that we often overlook. The way sunlight filters through leaves on a quiet afternoon. The stillness of a forest after rain. The bittersweet feeling of watching autumn leaves fall. Sometimes these experiences pass by unnamed. But in Japanese, many of these subtle moments have words of their own. Words that don't just describe nature, but teach us how to see it. Perhaps when we have a word for something, we begin to see it more clearly. One such word is Shinrin-yoku. Literally, it means forest bathing. Not bathing in the usual sense, but immersing yourself in the atmosphere of a forest. Most of us move through nature in much the same way we move through our daily lives. We usually have a destination in mind. We walk to arrive somewhere. We hike to reach a viewpoint. We exercise to achieve a goal. Shinrin-yoku invites us to do something different. To slow down, to wander without purpose, to listen to the rustling of leaves overhead, to feel the cool shade beneath the trees. In a forest, there is no urgency. The trees do not hurry. Moss grows at its own pace. Sunlight drifts quietly between the branches. And for a moment, we are reminded that we don't have to rush either. Shinrin-yoku is more than a wellness practice. It is a different way of meeting nature. Not by passing through it, but by becoming fully present within it. Sometimes it is enough to simply be. As you walk beneath the trees, you may begin to notice something else. The way sunlight filters through the leaves above. Flickering, shifting, never quite the same from one moment to the next. The Japanese have a word for this fleeting play of light and shadow, Komorebi. It refers to sunlight shining through the leaves of trees. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary thing. Something we have all seen countless times, yet most languages have no single word for it. Perhaps because we rarely stop long enough to pay attention. Komorebi reminds us that beauty is often found in the smallest details. Not in grand landscapes or dramatic sunsets, but in moments so common that they almost disappear into the background of everyday life. A patch of light dancing across a forest path. A canopy glowing softly overhead. A brief moment when the world seems to shimmer. The light changes, the leaves move, and the moment is gone. But forests are not only beautiful in sunlight, sometimes their beauty emerges in the rain. The Japanese word Suiu is often translated as green rain. It refers to rain falling upon fresh green leaves. As rain soaks the young foliage, the forest seems to deepen in colour. Every leaf becomes more vivid, more alive, more luminous. There is something quietly transformative about rain. We often think of it as gloomy weather, something to avoid, something to endure. Yet in nature, rain is not an interruption. It is part of the landscape's rhythm. The forest drinks. The leaves glisten. The scent of earth rises into the air. And suddenly, the familiar landscape feels renewed. Suiu reminds us that beauty is not reserved for clear skies and sunshine. Sometimes it arrives beneath grey skies. Perhaps it invites us to set aside our assumptions for a moment. To stop deciding whether something is pleasant or unpleasant, and simply experience it as it is. the sound of rain among the leaves, the scent of a living forest, the quiet brilliance of green made brighter by water. Sometimes beauty appears where we least expect it. The beauty of nature is rarely symmetrical. Branches twist in unexpected directions. Rivers carve winding paths through the landscape. Trees lean toward the light in ways no one could predict. And yet, these irregularities are often what make each landscape unique. The Japanese word Fukinsei refers to asymmetry, imbalance, and irregularity. It is the recognition that beauty does not always arise from perfect order. Unlike many ideals that associate beauty with symmetry and precision, Fukinsei embraces the unexpected. Nature offers countless examples. No two clouds share the same shape. No mountain range forms a perfect line. No forest grows according to a carefully drawn plan. Every landscape is shaped in ways that cannot be fully predicted. Perhaps this is why natural places feel so alive. They are not designed to be perfect. They are free to become whatever they become. Their beauty lies not in conformity, but in individuality. Fukinsei invites us to see these irregularities differently. Not as imperfections to be corrected, but as expressions of nature's creativity. Flowers, birds, wind, moon. The Japanese have a phrase for this, Kachō Fūgetsu. At first glance, they may seem like four simple elements of nature. Together, they represent a way of understanding life through nature. A flower blooming in spring, the changing of the seasons, the movement of the wind, the moon crossing the night sky. Simple moments that have inspired people for centuries. Kachō Fūgetsu is the idea that by contemplating nature, we come to better understand ourselves. A flower reminds us of growth. The changing seasons remind us of time. The wind reminds us that everything is in motion. The moon reminds us that change is constant. Nature does not speak in words. Even without words, it has always had something to teach. Not through extraordinary moments, but through quiet observation. By paying attention to the world around us, we begin to see our own lives more clearly. And perhaps there is one thing that connects them all. The Japanese call it mono no aware. The sunlight of Komorebi shifts from one moment to the next. The freshness of Suiu fades when the rain has passed. No season remains forever. No landscape remains unchanged. The forest is constantly growing, changing, and becoming something new. None of these moments can be held onto. They arrive, they remain for a moment, and then they pass silently. Perhaps that is why they feel so precious. They remind us to appreciate what is here while it is here. If these ideas resonated with you, I've created a companion book to continue this journey. You'll find it in the description below.